An introduction to Linux operating system. Now here in this PPT, I'm gonna cover what is Linux, why Linux, the Linux system, the security, and the OS comparison. Now what is Linux? Now Linux is an operating system. Linux is a true 32-bit Unix file-like OS which is developed originally for home PCs, but now it runs on a variety of platforms including PowerPC, Amiga, SunSpark, etc. The source code for Linux is freely available to everyone, and Linux was first created by Linus Torvalds in 1991, and it has been developed with the help of many programmers across the internet. Now it has evolved into a very functional, powerful, and usable clone of Unix, which has at least 10 million users worldwide, which is a very big count. Now, why Linux? A Linux distribution has thousands of dollars worth of software for no cost. Linux is a complete operating system. It's why? Because it is stable and it is reliable. Linux provides a complete development environment. It has excellent networking facilities. It has idle environment to run servers such as a web server or a FTP server. It has a wide variety of commercial software is available if not satisfied with the free software. It is easily upgradable. It supports multiple processor, and it is a true multitask multi-user OS. An excellent Windows system called X, the equivalent of Windows but much more flexible, and full source code for Linux is provided and it is free. The Linux system. Now, the Linux system excels in many areas, ranging from end-user concerns such as stability, speed, ease of use, to serious concerns such as development and networking. Now, there are three parts. We have Linux kernel, Linux networking, and Linux file system. Now, if we talk about Linux kernel, it is the central nervous system of Linux, include OS code, which runs the whole computer. It provides resources to all other programs that you run under Linux and manages all other programs as they run. Now, it includes the code that performs certain specialized tasks, including TCP/IP networking. It is a modular, so that the actual OS code is very small to be able to load when it needs, and then free the memory afterwards. Thus, the kernel remains small and fast and highly extensible. Now, the networking. Now, networking comes naturally to Linux in a real sense. Linux is a product of Internet or World Wide Web, so it will have a good networking facility. Linux is made for networking basically. Probably all networking protocols in use on the internet are native to Linux or the Linux. A large part of web is running on Linux boxes, example AOL. Now, what are the networking protocols? Now, the Linux kernel supports several networking protocols like TCP/IP, IPX, and so on. Now, what are the supported features? It supports forwarding, it supports firewall operations, proxy and accounting, aliasing, etc. Now, the file system. Linux has an hierarchical unified file system, supports 256 factor file names. All commands, lines, entries are case sensitive. Use the slash rather than the backslash you have been using in DOS. The same thing. Types of file. Ordinary files, we have text files, data files, command text files, executable files, then we have directories, we have links as well, then we have this special device files as well for Linux. Then what is security? Now it has encryption, secure shell, principles of security. Now in encryption we have, it is commonly used to secure data. It is an ancient technique of hiding information in plain sight. We have public key encryption. It is a type of asymmetric encryption in which a system that you encrypt your message with one key and the recipient decrypts it with a mathematically related but different key. Now, the secure shell, which is also SSH. And the SSH and its tools use strong encryption to allow remotely located systems to exchange data securely. By using strong encryption, it significantly enhances the security of both the authentication process and the session itself. Now, what are the principles of security? There are two broad categories of attack exist: unauthorized access and denial of service. Now, defense against the attacks: enforce the use of password, use TCP wrappers, monitor internal users, etc. Now we have Linux versus Unix. We often get confused between Unix and Linux, whether they are same or different. Now, Linux is a free, but Unix is not free. Unix is compatible with Linux at the system call level, meaning most programs written for either Unix or Linux can be recompiled to run on the other system with a minimum of work, but Linux will run faster than Unix on the same hardware. Linux versus the Microsoft Windows. Both offer some of the graphics capabilities and include some networking capabilities, but Linux networking is excellent. It is unbeatable kind of. Linux is multi-user, multitasking, but Microsoft Windows doesn't support it. Thank you.